Hello, Space Monkeys. Lorenzo here, episode 25 of Eeloo and Tylo. Today we will be doing things a little bit differently. I'll be flying many missions that we have seen, done, heard about, or witnessed in some shape or form before, and I'll give you the summary. This way I hope to be able to book some progress and get somewhere with the series and the space program. If something interesting or catastrophic were to happen, I will try and cut in the video, but success is not guaranteed. What we'll be doing first is visual surveys of Kerbin, and we shall be doing so with our Harvester 3 aircraft. I was going to say that, I wanted to say plane and didn't quite work out. So we're going to use a pilot. Let's use Nielsen or Thumbful. Thumbful. We're gonna launch it. I hope there's still fuel in it, otherwise we're gonna have to refuel it. And there's gonna be 2 flybys of areas. Hello. This seems to be a problem. Let's return this to the thing. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Alright then. Let's reshuffle that. Let's, yeah, the summarizing will start shortly. Let's have a look at the silo. We'll have a look at the silo later. First we'll fix the vessel recovery. It was gonna tilt back, but I pretended I didn't see that. Alright, let's edit it and make sure it's standing on its wheels, shall we? Yeah, let's put it like that. How are the tanks doing? Still okay, that's fine. Save edits. This will take literally no time at all. The constructor of the mod did say that this was a little bit dangerous, but I hadn't expected that to happen. Alright, let's get Thumbful. If you want a guy named after you, you can just say so in the comments, and then as soon as we recruit a new Kerbal, we'll name him after you. Or you can pay me money and I'll do it the same way, because, you know, that doesn't make a difference. No, let's not take Thumbful, let's take Thumbful, why the hell not? Alright, so we're gonna try and visually inspect these 2 areas, and then we're gonna land at the one, and hopefully that will lead to us having some money. We will begin with the landing, I think. Activate navigation, full thrust, and launching the engine. But as I said, this will be a summarizing episode, so just keep watching and in a few seconds you'll get the mission summary. After takeoff. Takeoff, yeah, fast forward to the summary. Right, here's a bit of summary. You may notice we're flying a different plane. The Harvester 3 managed to land and do the EVA report and do the flight report very well. The problem is the second in-flight report needed to be at above 16 kilometers, and the Harvester had an operational ceiling of about 11 kilometers. So we went back and grabbed this one, which I'm now wrestling to keep in the atmosphere. Actually, I don't want to go outside, not overheat, and not burn out of the sky. So this will be interesting. Anyway, back to not oh, what the shit. Alright, we're entering the sector. Cool. Cutting the engine. Crew report. Alright, where is the guy? Crew report. Crew report. Yes. Nice. So I'll be landing this and returning it to the KSC, where I will then debrief you. See you there. Right, the landing went well, the survey mission has been completed. And here we are moving to the launch pad with 2 tourists strapped into the rocket-controlled Minmus flyby Moonlander, which we know from the previous episode. So this mission will also be summarized. Here is the launch, and I'll shortly tell you what happened. If you want to see how this goes, watch the previous episode. See you in a bit. And as promised, here's the summary. We first went to Minmus. This was fairly uneventful, but the impact trajectory coming in from Kerbin does not count as a suborbital trajectory. So we established a proper orbit, and the tourists had a field day. Then, because the celestial bodies were perfectly aligned, we could transfer to the moon in just under a week. I'm sure that's not perfect, but it was easy on the maneuver nodes. We got to the moon, entered landing orbit, decelerated on the thrusters, and did a somersault again, just like last episode. But fortunately, having a landing leg touch the moon is enough for a tourist landing. They didn't want to go outside, so that counted. It was spectacular. And then, because that was a fairly harrowing landing, if you even can call it that, we just immediately punched on the throttle and escaped the moon in the wrong direction on a hyperbolic escape trajectory. Fortunately, there was just enough fuel in the tanks to get Fredding and Burpend back home, where they are now performing the most favorite part of spaceflight, the re-entry, which actually may fail. Well, not fail as such, but we're gaining altitude again, and we are still at more than orbital velocity. However, the ablator is not at all depleted. We may actually end up doing another circuit. Let's see, our rocket is over there. That's flying concurrently with us, just like last time. Let's see. No, I don't think we'll actually be escaping the atmosphere. It will just be a very, very easy re-entry with not a lot of G-loading. Incidentally, that does mean that there will be a lot of heat loading, at least in the real world, that is. You always want to strike a balance between heat loading, which is spending a lot of time in this fireball, which is bad for, well, I really don't have to explain that, do I? And G loading. If you crush through the atmosphere quicker, you spend less time in the fireball. Granted, it is a hotter fireball, but you spend much less time in it. But of course, your crew and equipment does have to be able to deal with the G-forces. So there's always that consideration. Now we are slowing down much too slowly for my taste, so let's amp up the time warp. And let's see if this frontal bit will start glowing again anytime soon. Look at that, we're just in level flight at 30 kilometers. That's amazing. It's the easiest re-entry ever. Just decelerating at like 0.1 G. Cool, but this isn't really very summarizy, so I did the summary, and I'll see you back at the Space Center with the next mission, which we may actually have to fly in full. Depends on if we're using a craft that we did before. Anyway, see you there. And here we are. Everything went well, and we have more money, and everyone happy Kerbals, blah blah blah, something like that. So there hasn't been a video in a while. That's because this one is actually taking more time than other ones, because I do multiple missions at once, and that only translates in several seconds of video, and it's been a busy time and I haven't actually played in a week. So, resuming with the summarizing mayhem, we are going to continue ticking off contracts that are long overdue. We are now going to head to Minmus to perform 2 landings, get the EVA reports, the accompanying science, and the completion payment, with lots of science here, and we'll also put a flag there. Once that is completed, we'll be able to upgrade the science building and actually work on some interesting stuff. I put the lander Minmus expedition craft together and built it. We will time warp to that completion zone, and then I will fly that submarine style. Coming up after that, there is a window opening to Tylo. Well, it says Jewel, but Tylo is around there as well, where we will send a roboticized lander, which will attempt landing on Tylo, which may or may not be difficult. I have actually never done that before. So let's roll out the easy light. This is a ship. I have simulated it, but it definitely needs a pilot because it's not that stable, as if you'd expect anything else. Let's have a look-see. Well, that's 20 more seconds. Boom. Let's go there. Let's launch it. Let's put Thumpful in the driver's seat. Launch it, and I'll do the mission. It is a new ship, and just a few seconds or about a minute ago, I said new ships would get the full treatment, but a mission to Minmus really is bog standard. So we've got a booster core, a transfer stage, and a small lander that has all the Delta V to do the mission. So I shall fast forward to daytime, and inform you of anything interesting that possibly has happened, or if I am in, if the things take more than a second, I'll actually cut it in the video. So summary style, here we go. And we did it! That's a summary if ever there was one. You can see the flag over there, 3 kilometers away. That was really touch and go landing because it was pitch black. Fortunately I had the common sense to fast forward until dawn for the hop into the second bit, which is here, which was just collected by Thumpful. We can send some science home. Actually we got 3 times 2 times a few dozen is a few hundred science points just from the EVA observations from Thumpful, and we just completed the contract, which gives us lots more, and more importantly lots more cash. So once we get home we can upgrade our facilities, taking care not to immediately overextend, but I think we will be able to forge forwards on the science path. That said, let's actually go home. The rocket is doing wonderfully fine, the landing leg stages have been depleted, the center tank has just been used, so let's go and leave that behind, and I'll speak to you at Kerbin. See you there. And there we are at Kerbin. I just did the stupidest thing ever. Well, not just. I didn't bring a heat shield. And fortunately 5 kilometers away there is the spent engine stage, which had lots of little extra fuels in it. Not little, just lots of extra fuel in it. And that managed to slow me down to just about 1800 meters per second, which the unassisted pod could handle. But man, that was incredibly silly. Fortunately Thumpful with a slightly scorched bottom has gotten through that just fine. And now he just has to land in the ocean, which should happen without incident. And oh boy, am I happy. We've got 820,000 credits, we've got almost 1,000 science points, and we finished some contracts, which is good. Now we have visual surveys of the moon, which I'm really not happy about those. 2 landings and a targeted space flight below 8,000 meters, which depending on the mountain that's below there, might as well be a landing. That's going to be a Delta V intensive mission. I'm going to wait for better engine technology before doing that. But for now we have enough money to upgrade the science building, we have enough science to upgrade our rockets, and that bodes well for the future. Now if only the program wants to give us some proper contracts. So let's recover the vessel, let's see if Thumpful got any experience from his Minmus adventures. I would hope so. La-di-da-di-da, 1, 2, 3, yeah, there we go. Crew got 4 XP. He's now our best pilot yet. Hooray. Cool. First things first, let's build the lander for Tylo. And while I have absolutely no idea whether that's gonna work, our scouts haven't reached Tylo yet, which means we can't simulate on Tylo. You will notice I deleted some of the obsolete vessels. We've got the heavy lander, look at that, lots of engines. This is for the ascent stage obviously, and the lander is just this tiny little probe on top of it, and all the rest there is basically just fuel for acceleration and then deceleration at Tylo. It was tested in simulations to be launched stable, so we can build it. It costs 116,000. It's not cheap, but if we manage to land something on Tylo, that will be worth it. Let's see how long that takes. We have 26 or so days before the launch window. Of course, these launch windows aren't exact. There's a little bit of leeway. We have 23 days until the launch window, and this only takes 12 days to build, so we will even make the window. Isn't that nice? Now, our biggest bottleneck for the past few forevers has been the research building, so let's upgrade that. That will give us a resource transfer, which was a scare at the spaceplane stage, and surface samples from EVAs, which is nice for extra science. So let's get that. That will take some time. That will take 22 days. And that really is the first thing we want to do after this. And this leaves us with 258,000 credits. That's not horrible, but it's not everything either. So let's grab a look at a orbital station around Minmus. I think we can do that. That gives us lots of credits. And it's nice because then we'll have an orbital station. Or we could test the twin-bore liquid engine landed at the moon. This will also give us lots of credits and give us an excuse to go to the moon. Doing it with this engine, though, is incredibly impractical. Feria VIP. This VIP isn't paying enough. Orbital station sounds cool, but this has an antenna, docking port, and generates power. That's trivial. Supporting at least 6 Kerbals. The station-wise, it's trivial, but the Kerbals are incredibly expensive. They're more expensive than what we would get from the station. So, no. Extract ore from Minmus and deliver it to Kerbin. Extract 1200 units of it. Put your ore in orbit of Kerbin. We can do this automated. But it would require us to harvest ore, which is the Kerbal resource added in 1.0. This will give us lots of money, though. Let's do this. Let's try this. Yes, yes, yes. We can build something that will have an engineer, and we will start a orbital ore thing. Yeah, let's do this. We need to be mining stuff anyway. We need to start gaining expertise that way. Let's grab this. Oh man, and let's have a look. Speaking of ore, let's have a look at our silo full of carbonite, which has been happily chugging away for a while. And look at that, that's full of carbonite. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4,000 carbonites in here. Carbonite full. So I'm gonna build something that maybe uses some carbonite for fuel. Stuff to think about. Stuff to think about. Not now though. Let's return to the space center. Let's do some time warping. No, actually not, because as soon as the I want to finish the research center so we can do science. But as soon as we warp to that, we'll miss the launch window of the Tylo thing, and we'll have to launch that. So, well, we're kind of definitely gonna have this, the big rockets. These nodes cost 90, I think, so these will probably be 100, 150. What do we have available? Bigger tanks are nice, but not necessary. More modules that we've never used. Orbital shipyard. Holy smokes. We may need to do this. We may need to build an orbital shipyard. That sounds good. These friggin' docking ports that left us down so hard. The grabbing unit that we need to save the surprise. More interesting spaceplane things. Yeah, we're gonna build an orbital shipyard. Come on, that's great. Prop fan, yeah, many things here that we all want. Capsules, explorations, EVA propellant, yeah. All of this we need. And we need this even more. Nuclear propulsion to get to those outer planets. Carborundum fusion drive, definitely need that. I mean, come on. So I'll be focusing on the engine technologies. I think that's a no-brainer. This one, then crap, then this one, and then that one. Yeah, absolutely. And of course we're going to launch the heavy lander to Tylo, which is now seeming incredibly obsolete without all that fusion tech drive stuff. And we're gonna mine stuff from Minmus. Let's have a look at the VAB if we actually have ore miner kit, because we need that for our credits. I mean, I know we have carbonite drills, but do we have ore drills? Water and minerals. I think this is the problem with doing stock updates and mods that are new at the same time. I have no idea if I actually have a carbonite drill. No, well, I have a carbonite drill. I have no idea if I have an ore drill. Let's browse the R&D bit. And we have 4,000 carbonite as well. Large volume containment. High performance fuel systems. Metamaterials. I would have liked the buy adapters sooner. Those are nice. High altitude flight. Turbo ramjet engine. The carbonites are outperforming them already. Aerospace tech, that's nice. But heavy landing. I like that. Advanced science tech. In situ research converter unit. Drill-o-matic mining excavator. Is this the one we need for ore? Is there nothing before then? Wow, that's far along in the tech tree. That contract may... We may not actually be able to do that really fast. We can get 1, 2... Actually 5 nodes. One good science mission. So big engines first and then resource utilization? Maybe? Experimental science. Narrowband scanner. Large probes. Ion propulsion, that's also nice. Oh darn it. So many things to do. Fuel cell, nice to have. Oh god, well. Let's punch time warps. Let's do that more. Not this. Warp to completion. And this will take 9 days. The launch window 10 days. So we can actually finish the R&D building and end the episode on that with those decisions. I think that's good. Yeah. Hooray, we have money and we want to do things. Oh god, I committed to mining operation without actually having mining tools. That's not good. Alright, here we go. R&D. We have 937. This will take 160. Let's research that. Takes 80 days. Fine. Let's research this. 160. Oh god damn it. That's expensive for just a few tanks. Okay, we can hold off on the nuclear propulsion. Advanced exploration. 164. EVA propellant. Scan. Multi-channel sensor. I don't know. It detects anomalies. We need to bring this on every mission. Okay. Mobile processing lab. That's nice. Although we're doing fine with the science. Ladders. Yeah, it's that this is a prerequisite for the miner, but let's double check if we actually need that thing for a miner. This one is nice as well with the better solar panels that can be deployed and stuff. Because I don't really believe that there is only one miner. Is there? This is all rocketry. No, this is gonna be the one. The miner. The big miner. Let's see, is it actually heavy? Where is it? It's over here. No, it's completely unheavy. This one is heavy. Yeah, we'll just go get on it then. Advanced landing is also incredibly not what we want at this point. Let's hope that we can actually make it happen with field science. Scan, been there, done that. Yeah, let's just start cranking out these advanced exploration bits. Science tech. What, we have this researched? Surely don't. Surely we don't. Science. This is weird. This is a weird node. We already have these parts. And I don't get. Let's leave the R&D building and go back there. I'm confused now. I don't get why that node was grayed out. We have all these bits. I mean, we can research this. Is already being researched, and then we get this one for free. Okay, fine. Then we're gonna grab the advanced landing bits for more stuff we don't need, just so we can get to the miners. Let's get it. Field science. Oh, this is good. This is extra science bits. This is good. External command seat is crazy. And we can build drivable things. This I'm actually happy with. Click. 150 days. Now we just need... Oh, shizzlers. We need to upgrade our science building more. Can we then cancel that? Because then I would rather focus on the nukes. Actually, we still can if we just get a few more science points. Okay, all is well in the world. Lots of things are being researched. My god, this will take forever. Sure, we'll check back with that in forever. For now, thanks for watching. Next episode will be also somewhere between now and forever. And it might feature something with carbonite in it, because we now have that. Alright, thanks for watching. Suggestions, comments, and stuff is welcome in the comments. Do subscribe, and la 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 la. Bye!